But first tonight, an I-Team alert for you. A story coming up that blows the lid off racial profiling. Driving while black. We catch cops on hidden camera, and what you will see in just a few minutes will have you talking all week long. This is Maurice. He's a good guy. He's driving late at night. This could be your neighborhood. Maurice is doing nothing wrong. Watch what happens next. This is undercover video. He's being stopped by cops. There's also a hidden camera in Maurice's car.
Where are you supposed to be? Where are you looking for?
Does it matter why you stopped me?
Why am I stopping you?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not the worst that happened to him. 4 more cop cars come. We're just minutes away from this explosive report. What happens to Maurice, it shocked us. See if it shocked you. Now to our bombshell I-Team investigation, driving while black. What you're about to watch will affect you. It is an eye-opening account of what it's like to be stopped by police for no reason at all. You've seen headlines, you've heard the stories. African Americans stopped by cops because of the color of their skin. But now, for the first time, you're about to be the driver. We take you inside the car of a young man. Maurice is being followed by police. What the police don't know is we are following them. Cameras rolling. Maurice has done nothing illegal. So why did things turn to this? The results of this investigation even surprised us. Roland Smith has this I-Team report.
The cops are following this man. We are following the cops. Our camera records their every move. We'll show you in a minute what they do to this guy, and you can decide if the cops did the right thing. But first, listen to another driver describe his nightmare on Long Island.
He placed his hand on his gun. He screamed at me. He's like, you know, you don't belong here. Why are you even parked in front of these people's houses?
That man is Belindy Delanois. He told us that he was abused by police. Early September, 2 in the morning, right here in the mostly white town of East Meadow, Long Island. Belindy says he was getting out of his parked car to visit a friend when a Nassau County cop pulled up.
At one point, I was frozen. I was thinking, like, maybe I'll probably die.
Belindy told us the cop checked his license and registration and then ordered him out of the neighborhood.
He hands it to me and tells me to get the hell out of here. You should never be in this neighborhood, and repeats saying that over and over and over.
Belindy is convinced he was racially profiled.
Basically, he said to me, I don't have to drive around in a white neighborhood. When he said that to me, I felt like I was worth nothing.
Belindy says he's still suffering the trauma of that encounter.
It was one of the most terrifying experiences I ever had. Ever since then, I haven't stopped trembling. I had to go to the doctor, because they gave me 2 prescriptions for it.
Belindy also called the UPN 9 I-Team for help. After listening to his story, we decided to go undercover to investigate. We wanted to find out, was it a crime to drive while black in Nassau County?
His thought was racially motivated. You don't belong here. I'm deciding that you don't belong here, which he doesn't have a right to do as a police officer.
Diop Kamau is an ex-cop from the LA area. Now he heads the Florida-based Police Complaint Center, which does police ethics training. He also uses hidden cameras to investigate complaints of police abuse. Diop has done investigations for both network and local news organizations. He listened to what Belindy said that a Nassau County cop did to him.
Harassing this kid from his point of view was a good thing.
We hired Diop to devise a test for us of the Nassau County Police. You'll see the extraordinary result in a minute.
This is just about the speed I want him to go.
The man in this car is Maurice Hayes. Diop asked Maurice to help with our test and drive in Nassau County. Diop has chosen him to be the tester because he's squeaky clean. In fact, Maurice is a college student at Florida A&M University, where Diop is one of his teachers. Maurice even mentors a boy in elementary school.
You're gonna be going west.
Diop was with our producer and cameraman in a second car, communicating with Maurice via walkie-talkie. Diop instructed Maurice to drive carefully and avoid breaking any laws. He's in an older model Chevy with Florida plates. The car has no violations. You are about to see our test, caught on tape, minute by minute. Now watch closely and see if you think what happens is right or wrong.
You're gonna get in front of them and just cruise. I'm gonna let you know.
We wanted the cops to get a good look at Maurice.
We have one coming out right now.
It was almost 3 a.m. in the mostly white community of North Belmore. what would happen to Maurice.
Okay, Maurice, roll out. Start your car and roll out.
Maurice complies.
Is that him?
Yep, that's it.
We followed behind.
Just keep going straight.
Now Maurice is next to the cop.
Let's just let her get a good look at him.
The cop can see that he's black.
Make sure you hit the turn signal.
It's now 2 minutes since the cop first saw Maurice.
Okay, make the first right turn that you can make.
Maurice turns down a residential street,
Okay, now come back down to the street.
and suddenly the cop stops.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Maurice follows Diop's instruction and comes back to the main avenue where the cop is. It's now been a little over 3 minutes since the cop saw Maurice.
There it is.
What you are seeing now is the view from the camera in the trunk of Maurice's car. The cop pulls him over.
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right, let me see your license, registration, insurance card, please.
Diop told Maurice to cooperate with lawful requests, but not to answer personal questions. Legally, he doesn't have to.
Where you going to?
Oh, I'm a little bit lost. I was just riding around. I'm just visiting, you know.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because I just saw you turn off.
You heard it.
I just saw you turn off.
The cop said she just saw him turn off. Did she think his turn down a residential street made Maurice a criminal suspect? What if he were white? We tested that too, and we'll show what happened in a minute. But back to Maurice. The cop peppers him with questions about where he's going.
Where you supposed to be? Where you looking for?
Does it matter why you stop me?
The cops need more than race and a right-hand turn to stop someone. And unless they suspect criminal activity, they're not supposed to be asking personal questions.
But we don't have a crime, and we don't have a traffic violation.
Our camera watches from a distance as 3 more cops pull up. Diop also monitors a wireless video transmission from the hidden camera in Maurice's car.
The fact that he entered that white neighborhood and then came back out was enough.
The cops then took Maurice out of his car.
I think whatever he's told them to this point, they're not satisfied. He has an absolute right not to answer any questions.
Maurice did not give them permission to search the car. They did it anyway.
They're basically going through the entire car without any legal reason.
We wanted to get closer to see if Maurice was all right.
Okay, I don't like this.
We were shocked by what we saw.
In my view, the act of handcuffing him was to intimidate and humiliate him.
The cops had no right to search Maurice's car or put him in handcuffs without reliable information he had committed a crime. Maurice had broken no laws. There was nothing illegal in his car, yet they kept him handcuffed for over an hour. They never charged him with anything and finally let him go.
If he drives into a neighborhood like that and turns his lights out and he looks like he's looking in the cars, that's suspicious.
Maurice didn't do that. The operations guide of the Nassau County Police Department says it does not condone racial profiling. The guide says racial profiling occurs when a cop relies on race as a primary basis for law enforcement action, such as a traffic stop. We wanted the commissioner to look at our tape and explain what his cops were doing to Maurice. Why did they stop a man who was breaking no laws? Was it based on his race? Why did they tear his car apart? And worse yet, why did they keep him in handcuffs for over an hour? The police commissioner refused to answer.
One officer stated that taxpayers don't want criminals in their neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I asked him why he called me a criminal, and he just walked away.
Even though we couldn't get answers from the police commissioner, we still wanted to know, would Nassau County cops be suspicious of a young white man driving in a mostly white neighborhood at 3 in the morning? That was part 2 of our test. We were surprised by what happened.
Are you in place, Greg?
Around the corner, right?
Now we're in Belmore, near the train station and the commuter parking lot. This time, Greg Slate is driving. Also an older car with Florida plates. We want the cops to see him.
Go straight, and then make the first right turn that you can make. Make sure you hit your signal.
Greg has turned down a residential street, as Maurice did. Now you're seeing the view from the camera hidden on the back of Greg's car. The cop ignores it.
Basically nothing happened. It was a non-event.
Remember what happened to Maurice.
I felt like I had no rights at that point in time.
Now look at this. The cop who ignored Greg in his '84 Camaro with Florida plates is now face-to-face with our car. Diop and our African-American photographer are in the front seat, clearly visible. We pull out onto Sunrise Highway.
Don't make any U-turns because they're illegal here.
Suddenly, we're being stopped by the same cop who ignored Greg.
Why did you stop me?
What's that?
I said, why did you stop me?
I stopped you because you acted suspicious, that's why.
Did you write me a citation?
Yes, I did.
For what?
My insurance card is expired, sir.
Diop had mistakenly given the cop an old insurance card left in the rental car's glove compartment. Our photographer tries to give him the current one.
Officer, here's the insurance card.
Here's the insurance. We're two black men and a navigator. I guess maybe that is suspicious to him.
After that, we still tried again to get Greg noticed by the cops. We've been up all night, and it starts to get light.
Get up a little bit further, let him get a look at you.
Greg's presence in the neighborhood did not get him stopped, searched, or detained.
That's not who they're looking for, and that's not who they perceive as a threat.
After the Nassau County Police refused to explain what happened to Maurice, we tried to get some answers from the Nassau County executive. His office never returned our call. So we took our findings to the New York State Attorney General, Elliot Spitzer. His Civil Rights Bureau looked at our story, and now they're investigating. We want to stay on top of this story, and we'd like your help. If you think you have been racially profiled by the Nassau County Police, call the I-Team hotline at 201-330-2224. That's 201-330-2224.
So, Roland, I have to ask, what is the cops' response to this, and what's next?
Well, Harry, a few hours ago, we did finally receive a fax from the Nassau County Police Commissioner. His name is James Lawrence. Now, he acknowledged, based upon his preliminary investigation from the internal reports of our allegations, that corrective action may be warranted. But he would like to see our tapes. He just did.
Any way you break this down, what do you think about what happened to Maurice?
Well, I think that no matter how you look at it, we didn't air this story to criticize the good works of the police department, and they do a lot of that. We aired this story because prejudice exists. Prejudice is illegal, it's wrong, and it needs to stop.
And what's next now?
We're going to follow this as long as we can and see what, if it's a systemic problem within the police department or perhaps some other training issue.
All right, Ron. And this story isn't done yet. In just a few minutes, we're going behind the headlines of this shocking videotape. Did Maurice do something wrong after he was stopped? And what about the cops? What did they do that was so outrageous? A respected police officer who says he's furious by what he saw joins us. He tells us what you should do if you are stopped by a cop. The tips that could change your life if you are ever pulled over. That's just minutes away.
They're in the huddle.
Actually, this gas station is not so good. Can we see? Yeah, we can see from there.
You want to put them on? You want to give me them?
This?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold it for a second. Hey, Gray, I think it's that little car. It's not.
I thought I saw.
Yeah, I think this is that little car. It's a guy in it, right? Yeah, he's a big guy.
We've been here about 40. Remember, east is coming back towards me, and west is going away from me. Okay, she's taking off.
She's in motion. Oh.
Maybe we should try her out. and then come back. You're going to get in front of them and just cruise. I'm going to let you know. We have one coming out right now, and I might just put you on this one. So just hang on. I'll tell you in a minute.
Go ahead, whatever you think.
I think I'm going to go with it because these other guys, not the ones that are still in there, will still be good later. Okay, Maurice, roll out. Start your car and roll out.
You should go west.
You're going to be going west.
Is that him?
Yep, that's him.
Don't you think she's gonna call the other ones?
She might. Let's just let her get a good look at him. This is perfect. This is just good for us right now.
You're just on the cusp of getting the signal.
Okay, she's behind you, so just keep going straight. And I'm going to tell you to make a turn here when I think it's a good move right now. Just keep going straight. Actually, Maurice, hit your signal and make a right. Oh, hold it, because she's going that way. Don't worry about it. Just keep going straight. Just keep going straight. Okay, go ahead and get out there in front of her again. Yeah.
She's not gonna mess with him.
Yeah, she's probably not, but let's give it a little more time. Okay, just make it a little slower, Maurice. Not so fast. It's about right. Go ahead. Make sure you hit your turn signal. Okay, make the first right turn that you can make. Hit your turn signal. Okay, man, come back down to the street and turn around. Oh, yes, she is. When you come back down to the street that you just came off of, make a right turn. Okay, we're up ahead of you. Now just come on and try to get down here.
I just want to know. Wait, he's coming.
Yeah, okay. Just keep coming straight, Maurice. There it is. get a better spot than this. There's backup rolling. Let's let them get all their people in place, and then we'll pick another spot to get a better shot in terms of the video.
We're getting a better signal over there, but...
Did they make him get out?
They're going to if they haven't.
Are there 3 cars?
Yeah.
Am I in the handicap space?
I don't think you're in this. No.
Now there's 3 cars. Pulling up here?
They're going to be swarming for a few minutes.
Other one's taking off.
starts the car back working.
Is he starting the car? Can you tell?
No, I mean,
Okay, we still have
Can you turn the air off?
Yeah.
Is that the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I can still see him sitting in the car. And the camera in the back is still showing 2 units behind him. And there's an officer standing right outside the door talking to him. Looks like he's getting a lecture. I don't know about what, but that's what it appears. I don't know if they haven't opened the trunk yet because it's still too dark.
Why do you think they stopped him?
I think no doubt he's black, and they don't think he belongs here. Very much like the gentleman who claimed he was stopped for no reason. This is what it's about. This is exactly how it goes down. He was not speeding because I was right behind him. I saw that he wasn't speeding. He signaled. I instructed him to hit his turn signals, which he did. And the fact that he entered that white neighborhood and then came back out was enough. But we don't have a crime and we don't have a traffic violation. What else could it be? I mean, this is what cops do. This is a national problem, and people just don't see it this way because it's never documented in this way. But if every African American male had video installed in their car, you'd see this more frequently on TV. Okay, it looks like they're still questioning him. And there's one cop who keeps pacing back and forth in front of the driver window. Looks like they're still jamming him up because they want some answers. And I think where he's told them to this point, they're not satisfied.
Does he have a right to not answer their questions?
He has an absolute right not to answer any questions other than to provide his identification, registration, and insurance. And that's all in the car right above the skyline right here.
Okay, he's driving around. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe that's suspicious. I mean, there are not a lot of cars on the road. Can you talk about that?
Well, there are white people moving in the same levels throughout the United States without being stopped for being white and being suspicious. The level of suspicion tends to increase with the pigmentation of your skin. And it's a dangerous approach to law enforcement if that's what you're basing your suspicion of criminal conduct. If that's all it took, Timothy McVeigh wouldn't have been stopped. Ted Bundy would still be driving around. Those people were not black, and they weren't suspicious. So you've got to say at some point, is that a useful or reasonable tool to really determine who is and who is not committing crime?
We put those tapes into ours now?
I'm saying that, well, I don't know if these are grown.
Gonna run out, but I think we got what we need to see.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've no choice. If we put it on 6 hours, it's going to look like crap, so.
Yeah, you got a great picture.
Now, will this take me out of here? This?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll just take.
Yeah, this is a highway.
Okay.
If you go to the right.
She just.
They do have them handcuffed.
Yeah. He's trying to figure out how to open that hood up. He wants to open it, but he doesn't know how. Okay.
Fuck, this thing won't focus.
Can you get it?
Yeah.
Oh, they're looking at it all right now. Did you get it?
Yeah.